Another morning in lovely snow paradise. We just got dumped on last night. Another 7 inches is what they said. So that is not fun. It is. It just makes it a pain to work in. So today, I am hoping to finally get some progress of where we wanted to go. We do have a tune scheduled in the afternoon, so we have to focus this morning on the Forester, getting an early head start right now. So hopefully I can get this thing 100% ready for you guys to get off to Fabrication, which kind of sucks because we're going to be without the car for a little bit, and I really need it for our daily uploads. And holy cow, this road sucks right now. Everything falling. We got car part nation over here. Well, like I said, hopefully we can get this thing back as soon as possible. I have to kind of push Ranchbuilt to get this thing back to us, but I think they're going to have a little bit more than expected, because that ETS rotated kit definitely has the up pipe pretty close to the firewall. I want to say that the engine bays are the same as the GD. I haven't fully mounted that up pipe in there. I'm sure it would fit, but it's definitely super close, which they always have a really tight radius on the downpipe on the ETS kit, and that's just not good for big power because it starts to cause quite a bit of back pressure and restriction. So I'm going to go ahead and have them modify that up pipe to, or build a new one, because they have to build a downpipe anyway, since that kit used to have a custom fabbed up pipe out for the hood, exhaust out the hood. So what I'm getting at here is it's going to be probably a bit more work than intended. I'm probably just going to make a whole new up pipe for the car, place the turbo a little bit more up and forward so I can get a better down pipe priority on it, but that'll be to show you later on once we get it back. Super excited for this thing. The Honda, if the Forester goes, the black Honda comes home from Fabrication, but we are still waiting on a motor, so there's not really much I can do to that one. I showed a glimpse of the blue Honda, the hatchback, that I was driving around at a little bit ago on the channel. So I have almost all the parts here for that car, so we might be putting that on. We'll just kind of play it by ear and see what we got. I'm trying to keep these daily uploads going for you guys. Hopefully you're enjoying it. I know a lot of it has quite a bit of talking in. I need to get another stand for the camera and maybe even break out the real camera again. Ooh, now I get to play. We're in 4-wheel drive. Come on, baby. You gotta play in the snow sometimes. So maybe I'll break out the real camera again. Right now we're just using these GoPros. And I don't have a stand or a mount for them, so you see me just kind of place them around the shop as we're working. In the end, it's getting content, but still, maybe it could be a little bit better. I agree. So let's go ahead and get some coffee. Today is Friday, so you know what that means. I gotta go get donuts. So we're going to get donuts, get to the shop, get to work. Welcome back to the shop this morning, guys. First things first, we need to continue on this thing to see if we can get this thing ready to go to Fabrication today. I'm questionable if it will be, but we'll try our best. What we're going to start with is actually trying to get this front mount to go on here. So I've never pulled one of these bumpers off before. I imagine it's pretty straightforward. Probably pull the grill off. Maybe you have to pull these side pieces off. I'm not too sure. I'm sure there's going to be clips on the bottom and something on the side, so I'll go ahead and put this thing up in the air and let's take a look together. Up in the air now. Looks like I said, we got a clip there. Looks like this side, the fender liner is broken or doesn't have one there. One clip here. Let's see about up top. I'm sure there's something behind that fender liner up there that we're going to have to look at. So let me grab some gloves, pull this back, and I will see. I'm definitely going to get something to hold the camera so that way you guys can see a little bit better of what I'm doing, because obviously when the car's in the air and I sit the camera down, you can't really see too much of what I'm doing. So let me just jump through this real quick, get this bumper pulled off, and then let's take a look at how well this GD intercooler is going to fit on the front of this. You know what they say, if it fits, it ships. It fits. Not really. We need to lower it down because you can see my fitment here isn't the greatest. So the grill needs to go on, which intercooler needs to come down, and the intercooler pipes, I'm gonna point the grill, come like right there. So it definitely just needs that front upper bar remade, and it's gonna need the side mounts remade. I'll grab an intercooler pipe here to show you. So this is our passenger one here. So we feed this up through our fender. Hold on, I don't scratch the shit out of this one-handed. So this comes up here into the engine bay like so, and no, I'm not at the right angle. Come on, come on. No. And it goes there, so you can see how far off we are. We're about a whole intercooler pipe down, so that makes sense. That's where the intercooler needs to go, is down. Let me get this pipe back out of here. So they're just gonna have to lower that intercooler down, and definitely gonna need a charge pipe made for the throttle body side, which is pretty common with an AMS. Just expect that you're gonna have to have some fabrication made. I know if you use a process west intake manifold, that ETS does make a pipe already. So if you are building your car and you're doing a process west at the same time, you just let them know they do have a pipe that's made for the process west, but the AMS does not. So next things I want to do today, this is already on and done, so I'm probably just gonna let that sit there. I'm gonna switch out this power steering line to the aftermarket one I have, so that way they can properly make this turbo kit. I'm gonna go ahead and bolt this up pipe up just to show you guys how close this is to the firewall. I'm sure it's the same as what it would be in a GD, but it's pretty close. So I'm gonna go ahead and lower the lift down, put the bolts in there and the gasket in there, and then that way they have an idea of where it is. What in the kind of redneck shit are you doing here, bud?
My feet are cold.
Oh, dude, it stinks in here, bro. Put
I bet it does.
away. That's disgusting.
Wow.
This guy. So, like I told you guys, I was changing that power steering line. It has everything in it. It just kind of, yeah, everything kind of gets, what is the word? I can't think of it right now. I'm drawing a blank.
Overboard?
It gets blown out of proportion. Yeah. Escalates. Found it. Everything escalates. So, as you guys seen before, I pointed out this oil feed for the ABCS is the incorrect one. This is a D25 head, which has a port here, and then it has a port there, which I'm gonna grab the light to show you. So you can see there's a bolt back there. That's where the oil line should stop. But they have the B25 one, which runs from the front and around and down and back to the back of the head, which my Terpski is gonna be right there, and that thing's gonna be a problem. So I'm gonna change this oil line to the correct one, which I really didn't want to do because I had to pull this crossover pipe off, replace the seals, and then maybe the bolts wouldn't come out. That one over there was being a real bitch. We had to really heat that one up, but thankfully I was able to get it out. So now I am gonna go ahead and replace this oil line for this ABCS, because I do have the correct one here, and then this can be done the right way. Now I know you guys may be looking at this and a lot can relate if you have an older car and how some of the things are in the engine bay. They're definitely weathered. As you can see, our AC pump there, and our engine, that's a whole nother note. You guys already know that thing's questionable in all ways. But second rendition of this thing will definitely be cleaning this thing up more, doing a lot more powder coating, all brand new bolts and so forth on it. I don't think old stocky here is gonna live a too long of a life. So especially if our race is going on, I don't think it's gonna live too long, so I'm gonna be changing this anyways. But let me get that off the back of there. I'm gonna put the new oil line on and I'll show you it. Okay, so now I got the proper oil line on, and you can see here, bring my light over, see how it bolts the assembly there, comes around. Then we have all the room back here for what we're gonna be needing. So that's all done now. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put that power steering system on. This is actually off of Hyper Blue. I'm just gonna put its pump and everything on, and it has a custom reservoir from back when it had the headlight kit. So I'm gonna put that on, see what it looks like, see how it works, and then we'll kind of go from there. So I got the power steering pump sitting here. This is just pretty much for mock-up. And we have our up pipe in. You can see on this kit how close it is to the firewall here. So I definitely want to move it and bring it over, but we'll see what Ranchbuilt has to say. As you can see here, this is the original down pipe from ETS. That's really tucked. So if you take this and sit this in here, it will indeed fit where it's supposed to go, and that's kind of how it goes. So we'll see what they say, if they want to leave it like that and build the downpipe the rest of the way, because you can tell this one was like that. It was a hood exit, so that's gonna have to get rebuilt. I've been kind of just messing around with this front mount on here, and you can see I got it sitting in a much better spot. Our intercooler pipes are connected, everything's working. I'm just using what I have around here. This is an intercooler mount off like a 15 plus or 08 plus STI. You can see I dropped it down and it lined up perfect. So now I've been trying to fit this bumper on here, and things aren't looking too good for our bumper. So if I sit the bumper up there, you can tell, I mean, yeah, we're off. So I'm gonna have to start cutting. I'm gonna start cutting this lower grill out. And the best thing I can tell you guys for cutting your bumper is start small and go bigger, because you can only take it off once. Here we are, guys. It is finally time to take the Forester in to Fab. We got a nice another foot of snow overnight, so that was great. And I left my damn shovel at the house, so we had the back trailer up. Probably gonna have to do a little bit better here. Pull it out and put it back in. I thought I was over a lot further. Show you guys what we did on the Forester. Yesterday I got detoured because we had a tune to do, and then I did work on it a little bit later that night. But guys, these early morning and late nights trying to keep this stuff going is taking its toll. So let's go over some things on the Forester before we get that door open. This thing is ready to go to Fab. Took the time last night to cut the bumper out on the car, and I definitely want to order the second piece lip for the front end here, because I had to cut out the whole bottom of the bumper there, and now when I put that second piece lip on it, it will cover that. And then I am gonna end up cutting this up, guys, so we have more of our intercooler showing. Didn't lose the fog lights because the intercooler pipes are there. This has always kind of had a gap since I got it, but if you see, if I move it, it goes away. So you can see how much this is moving. I want them to build a mount across the intercooler to hold the bumper, because now if no beam there, it's not holding itself. So bam, look at that little sneak peek. Kind of where I want the turbo to be. Precision 6870, as I told you guys, on this little stock motor that's really questionable.
What's it gonna be?
What do you think it's gonna make? Mustang numbers, power. Everybody's commenting below in the last video.
It's hard to tell. I mean, you have everything to make good power. You have a manifold, you have a good turbo, you have a nice up pipe, and it's gonna be modified, and you got a good header. I mean, everything's there. Fuel system, I mean, I say tameable 650.
Mustang?
600 Mustang is what I'm going.
All right. See,
Mustang.
I said 600, but I'm not trying to blow this thing up right away. So
that's the limit. Is like you want to keep the case together. So I mean,
and we don't know anything about this motor.
Yeah.
It could have Air P2000s in it, and we already know how those go with power. They don't.
It could have 625s. I mean, we don't know. I mean, then we're about to find out. I mean, this thing, if it lasts, I'm gonna be impressed. This thing is gonna be, I'm gonna be a stock motor for the win all day. So
now I'm not telling you guys to go out obviously and
put a stock motor in.
Build all your stock motors. If your car came with a stock motor, you want to send it knowingly that you might have to replace the entire alarm block, go ahead. But that's like this thing. I already figured I bought a car with a 220,000 mile motor in it. Got the surprise that it's had some motor work. I don't know if that's good or bad, if it'll last longer, but it is what it is. Now, Josh from Vivid TI, you guys see that we have him down in the comment section where you can get all your titanium bolt needs. He came out last night. Should have put him on camera. And we went through this whole thing with his bolts. I love the raw titanium after Chase showed me on his car.
Yeah,
it looks so good.
Gold first, and it was a terrible idea. I wasn't too fond of it, but I like the raw on the silver. It just makes the car look brand new.
Yeah, it looks a lot better. Now, I know that there's some things that don't look perfect on this thing. This is Hyperwoo's power steering pump, so it definitely looks a lot cleaner. That obviously does not. But the lines, I'm really impressed with how they run over the AMS. It does fit really good. Intercooler pipe fits really good. We got the fuel pressure regulator mounted with the IAG mount, guys. We tend to use these anymore instead of the old ways where you saw we just kind of fabbed our own. That's just such an easy, cheap part to put on to make it right. Do it the right way. So we got that mounted. That fits good. Yes, I know the throttle body is dirty. We'll end up taking care of that later. You know, when this thing does end up sending the motor, whether it happens on the dyno or a month or a week, we're going to go through this thing and replace everything. It'll be all brand new. Car will look nice. I'm really excited for this project, guys, and I hope it seems like a lot of you guys are too. The turbo is just sitting here. You can see on the up pipe how far back it is versus where I really want it to be. We'll kind of see what we can and can't do. This is a very tight engine bay, so we're going to be a little bit limited, but
look, you're saying months, weeks, everything. I'm saying years. This little stock motor is going to stay together.
Man, you're calling it. All right, we'll see. We'll see how she goes. We got the race with Tanner though.
Yeah, that's gonna
be a little hard one on her.
Yeah, he has a built motor on us, guys. So I mean, they can say whatever they want. Built motor versus stock motor.
What are you talking about, bro? We got copper coated head gaskets.
Oh yeah, Tanner, you're going down. I'm sorry, you're going down. Better watch out.
Don't do that. But that's what this thing has. I did notice after putting this thing in too, you obviously know I'm not going to run that stupid reservoir tank that goes here that you guys see. Yep. You guys know that we don't run those, but this radiator does not have a cap. So that defines that I need to put an aftermarket radiator. Coil makes one for this that does have a cap there. So I need to order that. This thing is going to Fab, guys. So unfortunately, that is going to wrap up this video for this thing right now. 1 week, they told me.
1 week.
I'm hoping. So I'm dropping it off today, and they said it should be ready by next Friday for us to pick this thing up and continue our build series on this.
We're trying our hardest to keep the videos coming out to you guys. I mean, I'm glad Josh is back on it, but dude, it's hard. It's hard to run a business and make content. I mean, we're doing the best we can for you guys, so we're trying our hardest.
He always gets on me, and now you can kind of see.
Yep.
It truly is hard. I have to rely a lot on him to run the business side and to try to keep the content for you guys. So I hope you guys do like it and are happy to see it back, because it is truly hard. And you're noticing from when we started to now, we're definitely our energy levels down because we're just straight wore out.
I'm looking like Josh.
He's losing all his hair. That's why he's got a beanie on.
Today.
So yeah, we're straight wore out, guys. But in the end, I do love doing this for you guys. I do love seeing all the comments. I know I don't get a chance as much anymore to go ahead and respond to them, but trust me, I do see them. I see a lot of the OGs commenting down in there, and I appreciate all you guys and all your guys' support. I really don't say it ever, but we do have our website below if you do want to help us out. We do have clothing on there that we do plan to collab with Devin and make some better clothing for you guys. We do have parts on there as well, so it helps out. We appreciate you guys. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and get this thing in the trailer right now, and that's going to wrap up this video. And until next time.
Yeah, obviously, you guys see what we're making here. If you guys want this in your car, just email us. We can get back to you guys. I mean, this is all we do. So if you guys want this in your car, let us know.
We love our stock motors to the moon. We do offer built motors, obviously. But like I said, you know, we can take care of you guys. We still do the builds in the background. I know a lot of you asked. We still do. It's just getting a point to where we can share them is harder anymore. So again, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. I'm not going to record getting this thing loaded up because it's going to be a shit show. We got so much freaking snow out there. So hope you guys enjoy it. Like I said, wraps it up this time. 1 week, we'll be back on this. You're going to have to wait to see till tomorrow what we're doing and what we're filling that week gap with.
Yep.
Subaru friends, don't be mad because it's going to be Honda boy.
Honda week, baby.
Honda.
Living life up in the fast lane. Hey. Living life up in the fast lane. And I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down. Living life up in the fast lane. Pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground. Living life up in the fast lane. Life, though you lemons, you just put them in Coronas. Coronas, Coronas. I've been working, I need that advance with the bonus. The bonus, the bonus. Ain't no thoughts about tomorrow, I'm just living in the moment. The moment, the moment. Full tank of gas and 200 on the dash. Bitch, I'm zoning, I'm zoning, I'm zoning. Fast lane. Living life up in the fast lane. Hey. Living life up in the fast lane. And I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down. Living life life up in the fast lane. Pedal to